So
I have a question.
I'm all ears.
So something that Rob said triggered a thought for me. If I'm wondering what the #1 goal is for LaTeX 3 developers. Is it to provide products to make output accessible, or is it to make the output accessible?
Maybe I'll answer that. The LaTeX 3 developers want to produce accessible PDF. An accessible PDF has embedded in it, if you like, a document tree, which presumably can be rendered into HTML or XML or something in a sensible way. So I would say that the LaTeX 3 people, like the Adobe document cloud, is very much focused on, well, you're producing PDF, it better be accessible PDF. My particular view is I'm much more student-centric or user-centric, and if HTML or EPUB is better than PDF, provide that to the student. So they want to make PDF as best as they can, whereas I'm not tied to PDF. And in fact, for blind students, if they can't see the PDF, what's the point of providing it? Except that it allows the sighted people to read the document. Has that answered your question, Kelly?
A bit. I was just trying to see if the goal was to, because at the moment there's packages, and if you put them in your style file, then you can get somewhat a more accessible PDF than if you don't put those packages into your style file. So the onus is on the user, and I'm wondering if it's going to eventually shift back to the developers, where just every single PDF that's generated will be using those packages to produce an accessible document as possible. Because it seems like that's what Rob was talking about, was just producing accessible documents by using the software framework, rather than putting the onus on the user to develop their script or whatever it is to access those features.
I was frozen out for a moment. I think I can say that I'm not ready to answer that. Can you answer that, Rob?
Well, I was going to offer that, Kelly, you understand, I think you understand what pretext can do. If we enhanced our LaTeX output to take advantage of the LaTeX accessibility packages, we could go and take previously authored books and convert them to accessible PDF without any extra effort from the author, because they would have written in pretext, and that's all they would have had to have known about the creation of their document. So I think you understand what we're up to.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do for our group using Markdown, because that's what they're comfortable writing things in. But no one else in my team is going to go behind the scenes and make sure that the LaTeX style files are in accordance to get that accessible PDF. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm basically wondering, like, do I do this for my team, or do I try to support higher level software so that it's more standard for all teams? And because I don't know a whole lot, and I'm definitely not a computer scientist by training, like, I'm just trying to do what I need to do to get my own stuff done. And I'm not really sure where effort is best focused.
So